Today is Tuesday, Parashat Vayeshev. Parashah of this week tells us that the brothers of Yosef, so the pasuk reads, Vayikachu, they took Yosef, Vayashlichu oto, and they threw him, Habora, into the pit, into a well. Ve'abor rek, but that well, that pit was empty. En bo mayim, there was no water in it. The Torah is very careful about not to put extra words, not even one extra letter. If you tell me that the pit or that well was empty, of course I would know that there is no water in it. Why does the Torah mention empty and there is no water in it? So our sages explained there was no water in it, but there were other things in it. What was in that pit? Snakes and scorpions that could have harmed Yosef, but he was not harmed. But still, he could have just stayed empty. But En Bo Mayim teaches us two things. Number one, this is according to Oznaim La Torah, number one, En Bo Mayim, there was no water in it. Positive thing. He would not drown. Because if there was water in a pit, in a well, a person is in danger of drowning. So there was no water, it's a good thing. They could then not mention the word rek, that is empty. Well, empty and there is no water in it means to indicate the water is not in it, but other things are in it. And what is in it? Snakes and scorpions. So here, according to Oznaim La Torah, the Torah teaches us, when you speak positive, be clear. When you want to mention something negative, just by way of hint. There's no water in it, but you hint that there were maybe other things in it, like snakes and scorpions. And if even on a pit, on a well, the Torah is so careful when he wants to indicate something negative, not to say it openly, but rather by way of hint. So much more, we have to be careful when we speak about people. When I say something nice, positive about a person, you can say it a compliment, say it openly. If it's something negative, measure your words, say it as a hint, rather than openly. And for sure, not in public, and not things to be repeated. To be very careful to the minimum that you should say. And just like it says here in this Perush, and if you have, if there is an obligation, in certain cases, you have to reveal certain negative things when it's necessary for the thing. And there are laws of when are you allowed to say something negative, maybe to stop somebody from being cheated by someone. If you know that that person is a cheat and is about to cheat another person, you can say, look, be careful. This is the experience that I had with him. Sometimes you have to mention, but even then, and sometimes when you have, it's better to be measured in your words and not to say it so openly, but in a way that would be understood, but just by hint. And for sure not to embarrass a person in public, and not to say things that have no need to be said, just negative and about people. So if even about the pit, the Torah was careful how it's wording, that it doesn't say clearly there were snakes and scorpions in it, that would be something negative. He does it just by way of hint. And so much more, we have to be careful when we speak about people. And in general, always judge people favorably and not to be judgmental in a negative way. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.